let's have a really honest conversation about the reality of being a play therapist, which is that there are ebbs and flows of wanting to be a play therapist and sometimes not wanting to be a play therapist. And the ebbs and flows can show up for so many reasons, everything from just feelings of burnout, feelings of exhaustion, life happening that makes it more challenging to hold space for other people, starting to lose inspiration because of feeling bored in a particular way, because maybe there could be feelings of been there, done that have set in. There can be so many reasons why these feelings start to come up around, gosh, I just don't really feel like being a play therapist right now. And I want to normalize that because every single play therapist goes through the feelings as they are on their journey, including me. So, what I have discovered in my own ebbs and flows, which I want to offer to you in case you find helpful, is that it's actually really beautiful feedback. So, when I am in a flow, it's letting me know that there's something happening here that feels really meaningful for me. I feel connected with what I'm doing. I feel connected with my purpose. I feel like I'm able to be in my window of tolerance around what's going on. And then when we have the ebb part of it, that feedback is also really beautiful for me because what it tells me is that something in me has shifted and it's important that I pay attention. Now, maybe it's a really temporary shift, like this week, because things are too much and maybe I need to just see one less client this week, or I need to take a little bit more space for myself. But maybe it's a larger ebb where I start to notice the feedback in my body is saying, Lisa, you're actually feeling really bored. Like what do you want to learn again? Because sometimes the ebb is actually calling to us to say, hey, it's time to go to the next level. It's time to be a student again. It's time to look at, you know, are you expecting who you are right now to be who you were a year ago as a play therapist? Well, maybe there's a different population you want to work with. Maybe you want to shift the way that your approach. Maybe you want to do more work with parents or families or groups, or maybe it's time for the place that you do your therapy services in to shift. Maybe it's like, I just want to practice in a new location or with a different group of people. But the ebb is showing up very purposefully. It's not random. And it's important that we pause and we ask, what is this revealing to me about me? What is this revealing to me about what would need to happen for me to be connected to myself again in this process so I can get back into flow? What needs to shift? What needs to be up leveled? What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to start doing more, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's part of the growth phase. You've heard me talk over the years about the nervous system goes through waves of dysregulation and regulation. Well, ebb and flow in a career is kind of like that on a larger scale. You've got to go through these periods of time where it's like, I'm not flowing. I don't feel connected, which is kind of like the dysregulation, which makes you uncomfortable, which makes you question so that you can grow and adapt. And then you also need these moments in your career where you feel deeply connected to yourself, which is like regulation, where you're in flow and in a sense you're able to rest into a process and to allow. And so you got to have both, is what I'm saying, as a play therapist, and you're going to have both. Too often we think when we hit the ebb that something is wrong. And I'm normalizing this to say, no, nothing's wrong. You're actually so perfectly on track. And so pause. Something is talking to you. Can you listen so that you can continue to ask yourself, who am I now as a play therapist? And who am I now as a play therapist? And who am I now as a play therapist? And allow yourself to go through many, many iterations of being a play therapist, because you are also in evolution, just like the children that you're working with. So embrace the ebbs and the flows, embrace the dysregulation and the regulation on the journey. It's all part of it, all designed to help you continue to stay authentic and true to you, so that you can keep doing what you would ultimately love to do on the planet, which is to keep being of service to people.